today we have our mommy all the way from Benin, Pastor Mrs. Elizabeth Shona. And mommy and daddy, they've both been working really, really hard, helping to build marriages and also to mend homes to make sure that the married individual they remain married and also to help young adults to choose right so that they don't miss it in life because marriage actually determines one's journey in life. So it's such an honor and a privilege to have mommy on the show today. I'm so sorry, mommy, for all the technical glitch.
There's no
Sorry,
problem. We
ma.
thank God that we thank God everything is over.
Yeah, sorry, ma. Thank you so much, ma.
We
And
thank God. We thank
mommy,
God.
yes, ma. Mommy, she has been doing this for almost 3 decades now. So she's well seasoned, and I can see that a whole lot of people are sending in uh their comments already. Um, so we're so happy to have you all here, and thank you for joining the show again. Please try to share this show on your social media platform. Without delaying us any further, Mommy, we have so many questions already from our viewers at home. But before I allow you to answer some of these questions, would like to know your opinion, Mommy, about what marriage is all about. And we will be um, deeping from your wealth of wisdom today to help us to navigate conflicts in marriages and conflicts in relationship. And but before then, we would like to hear your opinion about marriage and what it's all about. Over to you, mommy, and welcome on the show, ma. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me. Thank
Yes,
you. I'm
ma'am.
I'm happy to be here this period. And the issue of marriage that we are talking about, marriage, as we all know, that is an institution that is ordained by God.
Yes.
Is a relationship that God Himself instituted between a
Mhm.
man and a woman.
Yes.
And if we are to look at the reason why God did this,
Mm.
I think God said it is not good for the man to be alone.
Yes.
The first man that God created, God discovered loneliness in the life of that
Mm.
man.
Mm.
Was the man alone in the garden? No. A lot of animals are there, lion, chimpanzee, even gorilla that look more or less like a human being. They are all there.
Yeah.
But yet, God Himself was the one that discovered that this man is lonely. And
Mm.
for him to find solution to this
Mm.
loneliness, he said, I am going to make an help. So God
Mm.
Himself was the one that
Mm.
ordained marriage.
Mm.
Number one, to remove
Mm.
this loneliness.
Mm.
So marriage, one of the major reasons why God created marriage is
Mm.
companionship.
Mm.
Companionship. Very, very
Mm.
important. So
Mm.
because Daniel, Adam in the Garden of
Mm.
Eden was not
Mm.
alone, but he was lonely.
Mm.
And when we are to look at the issue of marriage,
Yeah.
God that created this did this for our own enjoyment. But it's a pity today that a lot of couples are enduring their marriages, and that is not the intention of God
Mm.
at all. That was not the intention of God when He instituted this. He wants everyone in marriage to enjoy it. What is the problem? Where did we get it wrong? And that is where this question, is marriage hard work? Yes. Because anybody
Mm.
coming into marriage must have
Mm.
it at the back of their mind that this institution that I'm going into, it takes a lot of effort, a lot of work for it to work. I remember then, I could remember vividly that before I come into marriage, a lot of the marriages around me, you could see a lot of errors,
mm,
abuse,
mm,
violence. And this made
mm,
me to make up my mind. I said, God, I
mm,
don't want to experience this at all.
mm,
I don't want to experience this at all. You could see people, you could see violence when
mm,
couples will be right there fighting each other. I could remember there was one
mm,
that happened in my
mm,
neighborhood.
mm,
My neighbor that ran into the scene to rescue the woman from this man
mm,
was
mm,
beaten, and the man was using turning stick to beat this
mm,
woman. For
mm.
this man to rescue the woman from uh, from him, the turning stick landed on him, and
Wow.
we have to push the man to the hospital at the middle of the night.
Mm,
So this and all that I've seen around me made me to make up my mind. I said, God, I don't want to experience this.
mm,
So anybody coming into marriage, first and foremost, must prepare his or her mind that marriage takes hard work, and you must make up your mind to put in your effort to make sure it
mm,
works. And where did we get it wrong today? You know, most of the things that people are seeing around, most especially on
mm,
the movies and the home video and all the rest, all these are not real. So many people coming into marriage already thinking, as soon as I get to the marriage, everything will just be working with all what they are seeing on the screen and all the rest. It won't work like that. It does not
mm,
work like that. It
mm,
takes you to make effort to be responsible and make sure that this core marriage works. Anyway, I have opportunity to talk, most especially to women. If
mm,
you think, if you know you are not going to be responsible, there is no need for you going into marriage. Marriage, we are talking about two different individuals that
mm,
are coming from different background, different, they were not brought up the same way. Some even from different culture. And for them coming together to become one, it's not going to be an
mm,
easy job.
mm,
So both of them has to put in their effort to make sure this marriage work. But if
mm,
one would now be thinking, oh, what I'm seeing on the film, my husband will just come, I will welcome him, collect the
mm,
bag, help him to pull
mm,
his suit, and everything will
mm,
continue. It doesn't work like that. It
mm,
doesn't. Or the man will just be thinking, oh, as soon as I just marry, my marriage will just be heaven on earth. You are not going to marry an angel. You are getting married to
mm,
somebody that is not your sibling. You were not raised the same way. So definitely it takes hard work for two of them to blend together.
mm,
It takes each of them to take responsibility to make sure that this core marriage work. And I do tell women, any opportunity I have, you are not marry an angel.
mm,
You are not marry an angel. You
mm,
cannot expect him to behave the same way your brothers behave or your siblings. No.
mm,
And don't forget, God that instituted marriage, he said something. He's the one that said it is not good for the man to be alone. And thank God for Jesus Christ that came in.
mm,
Jesus said the husband is the head of the wife, as
mm,
Christ the head of the church. If you look at
mm,
that, this is where most of the women get it wrong. You cannot submit. He said, wife, submit to your own husband. You cannot
mm,
submit to somebody you don't, somebody you cannot respect, somebody you
mm,
don't, you know, men generally, one of the things that you cannot take away from them, they like respect.
mm,
And women, we cannot respect a man, definitely there will always be conflict.
mm,
There will always be conflict. Am I saying when you get married, everything will just be running smoothly? No, conflict is inevitable, definitely. But we
mm,
have to strategize how to solve conflict. So what am
mm,
I trying to say? Women generally, God knows that we have some women find it difficult to submit. That is why Jesus said, "Why submit to your own husband?" And you
mm,
cannot submit to somebody you cannot respect. We do say this,
mm,
most especially to the young ones. If you know you cannot respect a man, please don't go into marriage with him. A
mm,
man that you cannot respect, a man you cannot submit to, please don't go into marriage with a man. Because definitely by the time you get into marriage and two of you have seen each other, there will be tendency for you, because you have seen him finish. That, according to
mm,
my people, is see finish. So definitely there will be tendency for you to want to misbehave. So I do say this to the younger ones, most especially the singles. Any man you cannot respect, please don't go into marriage with him.
mm,
When you respect a man, that is when you can submit to the man. But today, we women, most especially, we can respect our pastors, we can respect our
mm,
boss, but to
mm,
respect your husband, we find it difficult. And don't forget,
mm,
Jesus said, as Christ to the church, so also husband to the wife. So it takes hard work for you to be able to. So, and when we are talking about this submission, we are talking about respect. It cut across so many things.
mm,
Submission, respect. You can respect somebody. You cannot submit to somebody you cannot respect. And when we are
mm,
talking about submission in everything, some find it difficult in finance. How can he know my pay? How can he have access to my payroll? I cannot be transparent to my husband, because my money is my money, but his own money is our money. That is wrong.
mm,
So when we are talking about submission, it cut across everything. Finance is
mm,
there. Even you yourself submitting yourself to him. I was going through a write-up that even in sex, somebody you cannot submit to, somebody you cannot respect, how can you submit yourself, submit your body to him? Some people say, my husband too like the thing. Part of the covenant you made with the man. So when we are talking about this, it cut across everything. Part of the responsibility at home, most
mm,
especially by the time you start having children, you need to work hard. Am I saying men are just to sit down there and they are not going to contribute anything? No, no. Men also are to, if you really love your wife, you will want to assist her. If you don't want her to get older than you, at times some will even saying, is that your sister? Is that your auntie? Why? Because the woman is looking older than the
mm,
husband. So if you don't want her to look like your aunt, you need to help her. Most especially by the time you start
mm,
having children, coping with the house chores, coping with taking care of the kids. And also, if the woman happens to be a career woman, coping with all days, it takes a lot of work. But that is where the loves come in. If the man really loves the woman, you'll be willing to help. But I do say this, for the fact that the man is helping you, you are in the kitchen, the man is there as you are cutting vegetable, the man is helping you to wash plates. Don't now take it for granted and see that is his responsibility. As I'm cooking, he should be washing plates. yes, we do say this, that men have to be there for their wife so that the woman will not get herself worked up. But don't now take that for granted. When the man is helping you in anything, courtesy the man, thank you. In marriage, there are some languages we cannot do without. Please, thank you, I am sorry. You see, those three words solve so many problems, solve so many issues. But at times we find it difficult to say such. In fact, most women find it difficult to say, I am sorry. I am sorry, solve a lot of issues in family. And before you know it, everything we begin to work out fine. So what am I trying to say? Marriage takes a lot of effort, commitment. Have to commit yourself to one another. The covenant you made that day, that I will be there. Both man and woman have to be there for each other so that this marriage must work. I remember then, my husband would tell me, I am a learner. I have never been married before. If you can just bear with me, this marriage will work. And then that has been our slogan. I have never been married before. I have never been married before. This marriage must work. So it takes commitment from my side and from his side. And by the time there's any issue, it is easier for two of us to reconcile. We reconcile where he's supposed to. He has so many times, oh, honey, I am sorry. Myself, if I'm the one, honey, I am sorry. He doesn't take me anything. I go on my knee, I'm sorry. He has frustrated to tell me he's sorry before. He doesn't take anything. But it shows the commitment that each of us are ready to work hand in hand and make sure this marriage work. And not only that, what I am even seeing now, marriage is not now affecting only the couples, but even the children are really, really suffering from this. In fact, a lot of children on the streets today, they are there because they are the product of broken homes. I have to say this. Any children you cannot be responsible for. Why bringing them to the world? But I won't blame the children. We need to get it right in marriage. So as the singles, you must make sure that you are ready for work before you go into marriage, whether you are a man or you are a woman. And you must be able to put in effort to make sure that this marriage works. This marriage must work. And that has been our slogan. So anytime there is any issue, it doesn't exceed our bedroom. It doesn't. So by the time two of you put your mind together and work hand in hand, it will definitely work. So, and the men, let me quickly say this before I pause. Some men are coming from the background. My father doesn't do this. My father doesn't help my mother. You cannot run your home the way your father run his home. You can never. And when we are to look at this, some men are coming with the ego that since whenever my father is talking, my mother must be quiet. Whenever my father is this, my mother must not talk. Anybody coming from such background is not ready is not ready for marriage. When we are talking about this, men must see this, that this marriage we are talking about, I am not setting my marriage to follow the pattern of my father. And likewise, the woman also should have it at the back of his mind that I am not setting up this home at the pattern of my home. But we want to work together as children of God to make sure things work. work out. I have a lot of people around me that we are believing God for them to get it right in marriage.
Hmm.
So, two, it takes the two to work together and make sure that this so-called marriage work.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mommy, for the outpouring of wealth of wisdom that you said within the few minutes. Um, I can actually hear myself back. Anyway, um, I believe what you said. We actually have to know that both couples, I mean the individual involved in the marriage, they've not been married before. I think if we all have this at the back of our mind as married individuals, I can hear myself echo back.
Okay, I think you can hear. She can hear herself back. Yes, yes.
Okay. So you said one most important thing, mommy, which I think everybody on this platform need to hold tight to, that for married individuals, if we remind ourselves constantly every time that we've never been married before, we're both
Mm,
two individuals that are not perfect, walking this journey together to make things work. I think
mm.
that will solve most of the issues that happen in marriage. And
Yes.
another beautiful point that you made, which some people that are married, they will always say, some will say, the grass is greener on the other side. Meanwhile, those people, they are applying fertilizer to their grass. That's why it looks greener on the other side.
Mm,
Uh, because the young adults, they don't know that a good marriage is not the one that is void of issues or arguments.
mm, mm.
And you've said it, mommy, that when issues or arguments happens, we just have to be matured enough to communicate, because both individuals involved, they've never been married before. We're just learning, we're learning, work in progress as the marriage
We are
progresses.
both learners.
Learners. So I think that will help if everyone on this platform can hold that word very, very dearly. I think that will lessen uh majority of issues in marriage. We give, we make us to give our partners grace,
Mm,
even before we sit down and communicate and talk about the issue. And also for the young adults that are on the show that are listening, mommy said it already that a good marriage is not the one that is void of issues. A good marriage, issues is part of it, but it depends on how we can communicate
to
with
resolve
each
it.
other
That's it.
to resolve it. Because we are both coming from two different backgrounds, trying to make
Mm,
things work.
mm.
So I think that's a very, very beautiful and important point. We have so many questions, mommy, and
Okay.
this one is from Pelumi Omoba. Uh, he said, "How can a couple build and maintain emotional intimacy to ensure both partners feel loved, valued, and understood marriage?"
Okay. Thank you very much for this question. How can a couple build and maintain emotional intimacy? And you will remember when I started my discussion that
Mm,
one of the major reasons why God instituted marriage is to eradicate loneliness,
mm,
for two of them to come together, companionship,
mm,
And if this is lacking in marriage, is a very, very vital issue that needs to be attended to
mm,
immediately, because that has been the backbone, the foundation why God instituted marriage. And
mm,
on this will help both of them to come together in love.
mm,
So this is the major reason why God instituted marriage.
mm.
And don't forget, I said each of them are coming from different background.
Yes, ma'am.
So two of them must resolve it in their mind as they are coming together, that
Mm,
we are, when you are coming together to marry somebody, we do say this:
mm,
marry your
mm,
friend,
mm,
somebody you can
mm,
easily flow with, somebody you
mm,
can open up to,
mm,
so that it won't be you are emotionally down and you cannot
mm,
communicate. But if you marry your friend, you will be able
mm,
to flow freely. And
mm,
this will
mm,
enhance love.
mm,
It will enhance love. It will make each of you to value each other, and
mm,
understanding will be very easy.
mm,
So, and this is where I am having issue. Somebody you just cited at a point, and already you are already in love with the person, you already want to marry somebody that has never, you don't know him from Adam,
mm,
and already you are talking of marriage. And
mm,
that is where the gap, that
mm,
that is what normally creates the vacuum,
mm,
because you don't
mm,
know him or her. It will be, you will, for two of them to come together and blend, it will take a lot of time and a lot of issues. So when you marry your friend, somebody you can open up to, somebody that
mm,
easily you can flow, it will help both of you to value each other. It will help both of you to grow together in love, and
mm,
your marriage will work out on time.
mm.
So I don't know if I've answered that question.
Yes, mommy. You've actually said the main thing, which is building relationship with each other, getting married to your friend, know
Your
the
friend.
person very well.
Mm,
Should not just believe that I'm meeting this person now and I'm jumping on the train of getting married to the person. And if we are friends, communication will be easy. We'll be able
mm.
to open up to each other. Thank you
Mm.
so much, mommy, for that wonderful answer.
You're
Here's
welcome.
another question from Samuel Ayomide. What role does selflessness play in a successful marriage? Wow.
Mm. Thank you very much for this question. Selflessness. So when we are talking about marriage and we are talking of selflessness, in fact, outside marriage, God, the Bible says, prefer in he said prefer one, give honor. Don't see yourself. You know, when we are talking of
Mm,
selflessness, we are talking of being selfish. High.
mm,
That can destroy marriage easily.
mm,
But when you see yourself, when you put yourself into the show, that you prefer your partner. If I myself see my spouse, I want my spouse to prosper. I want him to be
mm,
great. And he also
mm,
is seeing me. I want my wife to prosper. I want my wife to be great. Definitely that marriage will be successful. So each and every one of them must deal with whatever that is
mm,
called
mm,
selfishness, and
mm,
work together. Seeing your partner, put your hand together and make sure the man or the woman is becoming great. And
mm,
before you know it, people will be wondering, how are you people doing it?
mm,
So this, even before we talk about marriage, not to now talk about, I'm talking about my spouse, my wife, my husband. I
mm,
must make sure that he's doing well. Whatever effort I need to put in for him
mm,
to become great, I need to put
mm,
in that. And before you know it, the marriage will be successful. But by the time my money is my money, his own money
mm,
is our money, you are being
mm,
selfish. And
mm.
definitely it can destroy the marriage.
Wow. Thank you so much, ma. So for young adults out there and also for married couples, we have to love unconditionally, be able
Mm.
to accommodate each other, and know that when you come into marriage, it is not about high, it is about us. Just as mommy said, we have to
Yes.
support each other to make sure that we both we are successful on the journey of marriage, working together as two becoming one, not thinking about ourselves alone, but thinking for each other. Thank you so much, ma. We really, really appreciate that. There's another question that came from Mr. Uh, Mrs. Demoyi, and this is about communication. I know that communication in marriage is very, very deep.
Very
Uh,
deep and wide.
yeah,
Mm.
yes, I know it's very, very deep, and I know it's one of the basic things that
Mm.
couples need to learn. They
Mm.
need to master because
Mm.
uh, if it is not done well, it can actually break a home. But I'll let you
Yes.
answer this question, ma. She said, "What are the communication tools needed in a marriage?"
Thank you for this question. When we are talking about communication in
Mm,
marriage, is a very, very important in marriage. Communication is very wide. In fact,
mm,
is the backbone, and it covers a lot of things. But we only pinpoint few because of our time. When we are talking about communication, you
mm,
know, when you are communicating to somebody, before you can
mm,
before you can say that person have gotten your message, there must be
mm,
feedback. That
mm,
means you must be speaking the right language of that person.
mm,
If the language you are speaking, the person you are speaking to is not getting that language, that means you are not speaking the right language. And when we are
mm,
talking about communication in marriage,
mm,
we are talking about a very major topic.
mm,
As a man, as a woman, you are speaking a language that your wife does not understand. Definitely, there will always be issue. You know,
mm,
some of the women, our own language, we like attention.
mm,
And if the man is the one that you need money, is even giving you beyond what you ask for,
mm,
and is not there for you, is not available, definitely there will be issue. Why?
mm,
Because your own language, the man is not speaking it.
mm,
Or peradventure, the man is the one that like buying you gifts.
mm,
As he's coming, he will see gifts. Oh, this rose, I like it. He's bringing it to his wife for his wife. He's seen this, and the wife, the only language he has been crying for, I need your attention. I need you with me, and the man is not available. So definitely
mm,
there will be issue. So in
mm,
this, it is very important for both spouses to sit together and understand what is the language my spouse my spouse likes. What does
mm,
she want? What does he want?
mm,
Somebody like me, I remember when we were growing up, when we were coming in. By the grace of God, I've married for 21 years now.
mm,
But I discovered I'm a type that I want my husband around. But my husband
mm,
happened to be a missionary. Move from one state to the other, move from this to the other, be left alone. And most of the time, the loneliness is there. I'm
mm,
not uh, I'm not the gift type. I am not
mm,
the I am not the money type, even if
mm,
the money is not there. But I can
mm,
have my husband, I can talk, we can relate, I
mm,
have you around me. To me, I have gotten a precious gift. But the man
mm,
was not there. He's a missionary. So it took the grace of God for me to be able to cope for that period. And
mm,
when my husband got to home, when he got to know this, he said, "Oh, so even if he's coming back, he knows that my wife has already missed me. I need to be with him." So what am
mm,
I trying to say? Speaking the right language solve a
mm,
lot of issues. Speak
mm,
the right language that your spouse understand. And
mm,
another thing about communication that I want us to talk about, when we are talking about communication, sex is still part of it.
mm,
Some spouse have the strength to go into sex and have it as many times as possible. But others, I don't have the strength. This is what we need to sit together and talk about.
mm,
What do you want? How do you want it? But majority, most especially women, we find it difficult to come out and talk to our spouse. So all these and many more, a lot, are causing issues. That is why, most of the problems, most of the challenges in marriage, sex carry about 60% of it. When you are
mm,
seeing a man telling you, what did he do? I don't know. The real deep thing, he will not want to come out and say it. But he will say,
mm,
the woman, she doesn't have my time. She has gone. She has just attacked. But let that woman bring him back home and give him what he wants. In fact, he will be the one to change the lyrics of the song and start saying, "My wife,
mm,
oh, she's angel. My wife, she's this, she's that." Why?
mm,
Because the communication, what he wanted, you are able to understand and you are able to give it to him.
mm,
And in this, two of you have to understand each other.
mm,
Yes, the man may have the strength of, I
mm,
want it this every day. The woman should, two of them should sit and understand. Okay, you want it
mm,
every day. I don't have the strength. Okay, can
mm,
we have a day on, a day off? Communication solve a lot of issue. How I wish every couple could be able, they are communicating at interval. How? In fact, even the marriage counselors and pastors, we have lesser work to do. But
mm,
this issue has always been a problem at home.
mm.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mommy. So we have like three questions from three people. I actually don't want to cast their name for privacy reasons, because I
Okay.
don't know, maybe they will like that. So I'm going to read three questions together. The first one talks about, can somebody walk away from relationship that is not giving the person joy? Then there is another question from another person that says, in a situation where a Christian sister is committed to her husband in all things, but the man beats her over every little argument, what can she do? Then there is another one from another sister saying, how do you handle disagreements in marriage?
All right. Thank you very much. Let me start from the second one. A Christian sister that is committed to the husband, anything that has to do with violence, please,
Mm,
one have to be very, very careful about it. You know,
mm,
gone are the days that will say, for better, for worse, for death, for this. It's not like that again today. In
mm,
fact, there was a day my husband was handling an issue. He said, if you lay your hands on her, I will
mm,
be the one to come and carry her away from your house. Because we are hearing a lot of things that are going on in the world.
mm,
How man we keep beating the woman. And before you know it, will not send the woman to the hell grave. So anything that has to do with violence, please, something has to be done very fast. And
Mm.
this alone, I will not want to conclude here. Probably
Yes.
we can talk about it at the years, because
Mm.
we something has to be done very fast.
Mm.
And anybody going through this, please don't keep quiet.
Mm.
Please, I want to beg you. Anybody going through beating, violence, and all the rest from your spouse, please don't keep
Mm.
quiet. If you
Mm.
cannot talk to your pastor, look for a marriage counselor that you can confide
Mm.
in, that can
Mm.
bring you out of this mess. Because so many women have gone to their early grave because of
Mm.
this. Some will say,
Mm.
it's because of my children, it's because of my children. And eventually, you will go to the early grave. These children will survive this. They will survive it. But you
Mm.
are gone. You are long gone. So I don't want to mention any name, but all of us know what is going on. So anybody going through this, please speak out. Don't die in
Mm.
silence. Look for a
Mm.
marriage counselor. Look for
Mm.
a trusted man of God that has a good home that you can open up to, so that they can help you. So this, I
Mm.
don't want to conclude here. We can talk about it at the
Mm.
backstage. My husband,
Mhm.
I can bring you my husband so that we can be able to help such. So I
Mm.
just want to end that. But the first one, if I will remember, and somebody walk
Mm.
out of a relationship that doesn't bring out joy, what is the essence? Why will you be in a relationship that every day crying upon crying, crying upon crying? This is not the aim of God.
Mm.
Marriage is meant for you to enjoy, not to endure. And if
Mm.
care is not taken, you will keep enduring, enduring, and that endurance will turn to long suffering. Before you know it, you are gone to the grave. So I want to advise this, that if you are in any relationship, you are not finding joy, please seek counsel.
Mm.
This also, I don't want to conclude it here. We can
Mhm.
conclude it at the
Mm.
back of the stage, so that we look into it. What are the things that is not bringing joy? Why are you
Mm.
not finding joy? Why are you not
Mm.
finding fulfillment? If it is what can be amended, I think solution can be provided. And if not, oh, please go to early grave. We can work out on it. And
Mm.
the last question says, can I
Disagreements in
remember?
marriage. Disagreements in
Disagreement in marriage. Yes, I say this, disagreement, issues, and challenges, they are inevitable.
marriage.
But maturity, ability to come together and resolve issue
Mm.
is very, very important.
Mm.
Definitely, the man and the woman, they will quarrel. But I
Mm.
want to beg you, like today, I was begging a man. I said, please, whatever issue between you and your wife, don't let it get out of your bedroom. Out of your bedroom, sit together, communicate. You
Mm.
know, most of the people like bottling things together. And before you know it, by the time you want to voice out, you just explode and things will go wrong way. Learn to talk about things. But I want to say this, most especially to women. Don't talk rudely to your husband.
Mm.
Men like respect, no matter
Mm.
what.
Mm.
I was telling to somebody, I said, even if we are to look at it age wisely, this man is not your mate.
Mm.
For the fact that
Mm.
you are his wife
Mm.
doesn't now mean you should disrespect him and talk to him anyhow, even in the public. No.
Mm.
So maturity takes
Mm.
you to come together in your bedroom. Honey,
Mm.
see that you are doing.
Mm.
I'm not
Mm.
comfortable with it.
Mm.
Honey, see this.
Mm.
We can resolve issue. We can talk
Mm.
about it. And by the time you now discover that you are talking about it is not working, I do tell women, God
Mm.
has given you everything you needed to build your home. The Bible says a wise woman build up his home. He said the foolish
mm,
uses our own hand to tear it down. You are talking about it, it's not working. Have you talked to God about it? Have you
mm,
bent your knees about it? Have you
mm,
prayed about it? So all these that we are overlooking has a long way to settle matters. And as I said earlier, we are all learners. We are all awaiting
mm,
results. So
mm,
if you have this at the back of your mind, it helps solve issues easily. And we
mm,
should all learn to say, I am sorry when needs be. As a man,
mm,
swallow the ego. Tell your wife, I am sorry. It won't take away anything from you. It will not reduce the honor that God has bestowed upon you. And as a woman, it will not relegate you. So learn to say, I am sorry when this be. And again, let
mm,
me add this. I said those three words are very important. Please solve a lot of things. My
mm,
people will say, please can bring out, it can bring out peace.
mm,
Please. So learn to say please, even when you you want to send a man an errand, you want him to do anything for you. Don't see it
mm,
as don't take it
mm,
for granted. Don't see it as your right. So all these go a long way to solve issue. Thank you.
mm. Thank you so much, Mommy. We have so many questions that we can't even take within this hour, but I'm going to read like three together, which looks very, very critical, ma.
Okay.
There is one from, I will not mention the name for privacy reasons, ma.
Okay.
There is a question that came in. How do you handle a partner who is not romantic? And there is another one that came in from a woman that says, uh, in our culture, in the Yoruba culture, if a woman asks for sex, it is not according to the culture. They will look at the woman like a
I shall.
promiscuous woman.
Mm.
How do we undo that? And there's another one that came in terms of anger and divorce. This one is from a young couple, and he said, how do you handle anger in a relationship? How do you handle anger in a relationship? Uh, the other one, I will keep that one. I think we have to talk to this person beyond the show.
Okay. Thank you very much. Because of our time, let me quickly look into the one of sex. Sex is very, very vital. You cannot shy away from it. So, being a woman, asking your spouse for sex, you know, some women see it as ridiculous. They even say culture will see you as being promiscuous. Please forget culture. We are talking about you building your home. A wise woman builds her home. Men like it when you as a woman ask for sex. But when
Hmm,
is the one asking you every time, at times he will see it as a burden. Ah, am I not becoming
hmm,
burden to this woman? And that is why some
hmm,
of them are burning inside. That is why
hmm,
some of them they are falling victim outside. But
hmm,
when anytime the man comes home, you are romantic. Let me add it together. You are romantic. You are there. There is nobody that will entice the man outside. It's like
hmm,
you have pounded yam at home with better soup, and indomie
hmm,
is there outside. You will not even look at that because, you know, as a African, we prefer the solid and better food. So what am I trying to
hmm,
say? It is very,
hmm,
very important as a woman, one, to be romantic.
hmm,
I remember as we were growing up in our marriage, I was not like that. I find it difficult at the initial stage. My
hmm,
husband will just say everything is just dry, you know. And if you hear so many testimony of the believers, they will tell you Christian marriages are dry. There's
hmm,
no fun, no romantic. It is not
hmm,
done. Don't
hmm,
forget, I said God wants us to enjoy this marriage. There's no marriage in heaven. There is no
mm,
sex in heaven. And
mm,
if you will not give your husband, ha, one of my mentor will say, ask the man, how do you want it?
mm,
If you keep giving the man rice and stew every day, the man will get
mm,
tired of it. Be
mm,
creative.
mm,
Today, let me add vegetables to it. Oh, the
mm,
man comes home, can see it in a new way. He will be excited.
mm,
And some will say it's because children are there, come into your
mm,
room. When you are in
mm,
your room, the Bible says Adam and Eve, they are in the Garden of Eden, and they were
mm,
both naked and not ashamed. When you're in your room, do anything that pleases your husband, so that even
mm,
when he goes to work, eh, he will be dreaming, oh, I will soon get home. I need to go. My wife is waiting for me. But if you are there, you are Mama
mm,
Paul, Baba Paul. This is your food. This is my food. Children's school
mm,
fees. There is no relationship, no romantic. Everywhere is dry. It is very, very dangerous. The man will be exposed outside. I was talking to a young lady. They said, my husband, she want me to be wearing all these skipping clothes and whatever. I said, and so? He said, my children. I said, excuse me. Whatever you are
mm,
covering at home that you cannot reveal to him, outside there, they are here everywhere. In fact, they are on the street. On the
mm,
street, you will see the breast naked and everywhere that will be shooting gun to the man. Be ready to give it to the man. So women should learn how to be romantic. You are at home.
mm,
You are in your room. There is no third party. Children are not there. What are you covering? Some men cannot locate the private part of their wife. Why? Because always in the night, when the light is out, that is when they go to Jerusalem. If you see it outside self, you cannot recognize it. Why? Because the woman always covering everywhere, covering everywhere. There is no sex in heaven. So please, it is very, very important. It took me a lot of time. I read books, I sat under people's teaching, and I discovered that, oh, I'm missing a lot.
mm,
I'm missing a lot. Please, I want to beg, most especially the Christian sisters, losing up. Be free,
mm,
be romantic. Let your husband be dreaming about you. Some was even saying, I was counseling a lady. He said, no, me, I cannot kiss my husband. I said, sorry. Is your husband's mouth smelling? Does it mean he doesn't brush? He said, no, but I cannot just do. Then how? When somebody give it to him outside, you now be hungry. So please, let's enough of all this. And this is how why all those side chicks easily they get our husbands. My husband, your
mm,
husband will not fall a victim in Jesus' name.
mm,
But please
mm,
learn to be romantic. Learn, give him, give him different styles. Be creative. Ask him, honey. And when you enjoy it, anytime you enjoy him, tell him thank you. When you tell him thank
mm,
you, he will feel on top of the world. Oh,
mm,
and even the man, when you enjoyed it, tell your wife, thank you, I like that. Tell him
mm.
tomorrow, I like this time, let's do this time. It is not a sin. So because of our time, if you allow me, I can talk and talk over on that. But the third question you mentioned, can you please remind me that?
Uh, Actually, everything was lumped into uh the sex parts. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, everything was lumped into the sex parts, and I believe you've touched it, ma. Yeah, it was all
Okay.
lumped into the sex parts. Yeah,
Okay.
there are some other question, mommy, that we have, but I think we'll have
Mm.
to treat this question beyond the show. There are
Okay.
actually two questions, and I'm not going to cast their name just for privacy
Okay.
reasons. Uh, the other one was talking about in a situation whereby the husband is asking for a divorce over
Mm.
every small argument in marriage. What can the
Mm.
wife do to avoid separation? Then there is another one that talks about uh, how do you handle a man that always talk you down even your self-esteem is gone. That one is very,
All right.
very deep.
Somebody, a man asking you for divorce over every issue. Have you ever taken time to sit back? Why?
Hmm,
Because at times we'll just summarize. The man does not like me. Any little thing divorce, any little thing divorce. Have you ever taken time to sit back? Why is this man asking for divorce?
hmm,
Then, when you are able to get the reason, then let's make a change.
hmm,
God said, I hate divorce. Fine.
hmm,
So, if your husband is now asking for it repeatedly, take your time and find out why. See how can it be resolved. So I think that will really go a long way. And if you have done that, you discover what you think you can do. You have looked at it and you have tried to come up to find solution, and yet it's not working. Oh, seek
hmm,
can seek more counsel behind the show so that we'll be able to look into it. Why? What are the reasons? Then
hmm,
at times, if you could not get it, get the reasons. If you can seek counsel and we are able to talk with the man, if there are things that can be
hmm,
amended, fine. But if not,
hmm,
well, so be it.
hmm,
It is better to divorce than to be involving and in a violence. I will never be part of that because a lot of things are happening. Then
hmm.
the second one, can I
About self-esteem. At every point,
this
the man is just
this
talking down the
you
woman.
down? This also boil down to the issue of communication.
Hmm,
Communication. Take time to sit together
hmm,
because when you are being talked back at and your self-esteem is low, everything is low, you are down there. There is no joy in that home. So communication have to come in. Have you ever taken time to tell them, honey, I don't like the way you talk to me. This is the way I feel.
hmm,
You need to open up to him. And if you have tried that to
hmm,
talk about it and he's not yielding, yes, then you can seek further counsel.
hmm, hmm. Thank you, mommy. We have other questions that are very, very important. And one of our viewers at home, Mr. Philippine, actually told me that I should give mommy more time, that we are enjoying mommy. Yeah. Uh, he said, please give mommy more time. We're enjoying this show, Biko. Anyway, mommy, we have another question that's very, very important that I want you to
Okay.
treat. Uh, I will not cast the person's name for privacy
Okay.
reasons, ma'am. So, the person that asked the question about the man beating the wife at every slight thing, and the sister is a Christian sister. She sent in another question. She said, "Ma, still about the Christian sister being beaten by her husband. In the
Hmm.
case whereby the man abandoned her with pregnancy and
Hmm.
their other baby, can she move out of the marriage without offending God?"
Hmm. Please, I don't know if this particular person, we can talk about it behind
Okay,
the
I'm not
show.
sure. Mm,
Because, yes, because that case is very, very sensitive. You have a
yes.
baby and you are still pregnant, and yet the man is still beating you. No,
Mm,
we need to look vividly into that so that
mm,
something have to be done. Because at times some men, they I'm sorry to say, behave as if the common sense is no longer there. How
mm,
can you lay your hands on a
mm,
pregnant woman?
mm,
Is that not wickedness?
mm,
But I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to conclude here. That is why I'm saying if that
To
can be
see.
dealt with behind the show, so that we
Yes.
can look deeply into it, and something has to be done very fast,
Mm,
so that pregnant
mm,
woman, very, very
mm, mm,
dangerous.
mm.
So we
Okay,
can
ma.
talk about it
Okay,
behind the
ma'am.
show. All
Okay,
right.
ma. Thank you so much, ma. There's another one. In a situation where a man disgraces his wife in the presence of his brothers, which give the brother-in-law the opportunity to disrespect the wife, what can the woman do?
Well, the deed has been done, because if you are to do anything in that sin, you will create more sin.
Hmm,
That is why I said some men need to be talked to.
hmm,
Whatever you call your wife, that is what other people will call her for you.
hmm,
And likewise, the women, whatever you call your man, that is what they will help you call. Most especially to the siblings.
hmm,
Bringing down your wife in the presence of your siblings, then what do you expect? You naked her
hmm,
outside. So
hmm,
what I will just say to this is, the deed has been done in the public.
hmm,
If I will advise such woman, you don't need to say anything there. Is what you will come back home and settle. But
hmm,
that man needs to be it needs to be talked to. You cannot disgrace yourself publicly and come inside to come and cover. You have naked her outside. You want to come
hmm,
inside and come and cover her. It's not done.
hmm,
So I'm
hmm,
saying this so that all of us can learn, both men and women. Whatever you
hmm,
call your wife, that is what
hmm,
everybody will call your wife.
hmm,
Respect is reciprocal. If you
hmm,
respect your wife, your siblings and every other person will help you to respect your wife. To the glory of
hmm,
God, in my in-laws house, my mother-in-law call me mama.
hmm,
Why? Because the way my husband presents me to the family.
hmm,
The
hmm,
siblings are there, they all give that respect.
hmm,
Even those
hmm,
that were age mates, Yoruba people will
hmm,
like respect too much. As you
hmm,
come to their family to marry, even the baby of their house, they expect you to call brother or sister.
hmm,
My husband
hmm,
will say, no, no. So
hmm,
we and myself, I don't now want to follow that and say because he's saying no. Those that I
hmm,
need to give respect to, I do that. And those that
hmm,
even whatever I am doing there, I do it with respect and they give me back my respect. So
hmm,
respect is reciprocal. When you
hmm,
respect your wife outside, every other person
hmm,
will join you to respect your wife. When you
hmm,
respect your husband outside, every other
hmm,
person will join you to respect your husband. And same thing in my family. My husband is rated very high because of the way I presented him. So I want to say this to both men and women. Please
hmm,
respect your
hmm,
spouse so that others around can help you to respect. So in that case, it's not what you respond
hmm,
publicly there, because you will create more sin and it can lead
hmm,
to any other thing. No, it's what you come back home and
hmm,
settle. But even there after the settlement, the man is
hmm,
owing you apology in the presence of his siblings to buy
hmm.
that respect back to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, mommy. I believe we've actually touched all the questions. There were some that I didn't read out because you've already dealt with it, mommy, in the beginning. So I didn't read those ones out. But the ones that we need to work on beyond the show, we'll definitely work on it. There was a question that came in, and I want you to um, advise couples, married couples, and also young adults regarding this. And the question is, how can somebody have a successful marriage? How can someone have a successful marriage? And we'll round it up with that, man.
All right. Thank you very much. Successful marriage is very possible.
Mm,
Very, very possible. One, two of you must make up your mind that this marriage must work.
mm,
Come rain, come sunshine, this
mm,
marriage must work. So if two of you have it at the back of your mind, it make the work easier. So
mm,
with that decision, There is nothing that will be too big for each of you to contribute
mm,
for such marriage to work. It will
mm,
not be difficult for you to respect each other. The
mm,
man I respect and I rate very high. How? Even if there is an issue, it will be easier for both of us to talk about it and resolve issue. So,
mm,
if that has been done, every other thing will begin to work out. Make
mm,
up your mind, take the decision that this marriage must work. Two, put in effort. What are the
mm,
efforts you are putting in to make sure that this marriage work? Look for the
mm,
loophole that you can feel,
mm,
the one that your man is not seeing, you are seeing it. Please fill it up. Don't
mm,
wait until the thing go out of hand and it become a big issue. So
mm,
put in effort, commitment to each other. I'm committed to you,
mm,
you are committed to me. In
mm,
every aspect, it enhance successful marriage. And another thing,
mm,
you need to understand each other.
mm,
Understand the type of man you marry.
mm,
Understand
mm,
the type of woman you marry.
mm,
Don't ever compare yourself with one another. And you say,
mm.
my friend is there. The husband will give her 500,000 to cook a pot of soup. It's a lie. Oh. And meanwhile, you will not hat on that and come back home and lambast your husband. Is that what your mates are doing? Eh? Your mates are giving 10,000 to cook a pot of soup. Eh? And
Mm,
you call yourself a man? And you know women are
mm,
very good in that. You use your mouth and wash him down from head to toe. Ah,
mm,
you have finished the man. You
mm,
have finished the man. So I want to beg, understand the type of man you marry in everything.
mm,
Know
mm,
him for who he is.
mm,
Know his financial status. When you know his financial, you
mm,
will not be expecting him to give you what he could not afford. And because you say somebody is
mm,
doing it, and meanwhile, the person you are comparing him to does not have a happy home. Most of them are
mm,
even jealous because they see you a husband, you know they call it, they say, ah, how then they do am? Please
mm,
don't ever compare your spouse with one another. I have done
mm,
it in the time past,
mm,
and I did not like
mm,
the result. Thank God
mm,
I quickly
mm,
retraced my step
mm,
back. So
mm,
you don't have to compare
mm,
your
mm,
spouse with one another. If you see
mm,
anything good outside there and you look into your
mhm,
home is not there, make
mm,
an effort, bring that good thing
mm,
to your home, let it work.
mm,
And
mm,
by the time you do that, you just discovered that everything is going on successfully. So
mm,
respect one another,
mm,
please. And
mm,
lastly, let me say this, most especially to women, learn to tame your tongue.
mm,
The Bible says tongue is a very, very small part of our body, and it can
mm,
easily put fire into the whole body and burn it down.
mm,
Jesus. Some women can tongue lash their men. The man you use your tongue to lambast and destroy his emotion and everything, please, you cannot expect any other better thing from such woman, such man. So
mm,
learn to tame your tongue. I need to say this. And most especially, if you are a Christian sister, you are a child of God. Please,
mm,
you need to tame your tongue.
mm,
And if you can do this, you respect the man, you put in
mm,
effort, you put in commitment,
mm,
bend your knees when things are good, when things are other
mm,
side, you bend your
mm,
knees. Oh,
mm,
sky
mm,
is your starting point. Everything will
mm,
work out fine. Thank you.
mm. Thank you so much, mommy. We really, really appreciate you. And we had so many comments coming in appreciating you for the depth of the wealth of wisdom that you've poured out into lives today. And we did not take that for granted. And thank you so much, mommy, for honoring the invitation, even within the short period of time. and you took it upon yourself to be with us today and to pour in into life, to save marriages, and to help young adults out there. We really, really appreciate it. And our prayer is that God, in His infinite mercy, will continue to uphold your home. It will
Amen.
continue to uphold your marriage. It will continue
Amen.
to uphold your children. It will continue to uphold your ministry. And you will not miss heaven in Jesus' mighty name. And God will
Amen.
continue to be with you in everything that you do in Jesus' mighty name. And
Amen.
I
Amen.
hope that if we call you again, mommy, you will come on the show. Because I can see in the comment section, it's just so full. People are really, really grateful for having you, and I believe they want more of you. Uh, just the way Daddy always do. Whenever Daddy comes and he keeps coming, 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 coming back, and it's such an honor to have you and Daddy in our corner, and we didn't take this for granted. Thank you so
We
much,
thank
Ma,
God.
because you could have decided to do something else during this time, but you've actually allocated the time to be with us here. And for honoring God in my life, not looking at this young lady, and you are always forthcoming every time. Thank you so much, Mommy. Really
We thank
appreciate it.
God. We thank
Thank
God.
you,
We
Ma.
thank God.
Thank you, Ma. And
But
sorry for the technical issue that we had at the
mm,
initial stage. These are some of the things that happen behind the scene. Just always remember us in your prayer. We know that the gate of hell will never prevail
mm,
because what
mm,
we're doing here is touching lives,
yeah,
and
so
things happen. If it is ordained by God, it will continue to back us up in
by the
everything.
grace of
Yeah,
God, by the
yeah,
grace of
yeah,
God, because
yeah.
you may not know what you are doing. You are really, God is really doing a lot through this,
Mm,
amending homes and
mm,
putting smiles
mm,
on people. There are
mm,
so many people out there have bottled
mm,
up so many things that they could not say out.
mm,
But by the time they are hearing this and have opportunity to ask questions, it solve a lot
mm,
of problems. And that is why
mm,
the devil keep fighting this. But thank
mm,
God that
mm.
he gave us victory today, and he will continue to
Yes.
give us. In Jesus' name.
Amen. 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 Thank you so much, Mommy. I really appreciate you.
Thank God.
And thank
We
you
thank
for
God.
honoring God in our lives. And
We thank
I will actually be in touch with you, Ma, with the other questions that came in that we have
Okay.
to handle beyond the
Okay.
show. Thank you, Mommy.
Okay.
And to
You're
the
welcome.
viewers at home, thank you, Ma. To the viewers at home, thank you so much for joining us today. And we really, really appreciate you. Please do us a favor to share this show with other people that you know. And I can see more questions coming in. We'll try as much as possible to get to your questions. We'll get back to you. And yes, we have free gift for you today for joining the show and for asking question. Please don't forget to drop your number so that we can get back to you, and your name, so that we can get your gift to your hand. And please give us about 24 hours. We'll try as much as possible to collate everything and make sure that you get your gift. And I really, really appreciate you joining us today. And to the fathers among us, we wish you happy Father's Day. And our prayer is that God is in his infinite mercy will continue to uphold you, that you will witness many more of Father's Day on the service of health, in good health, and in long life. And thank you for being an awesome dad, an awesome father, an awesome spouse to your wife. We really, really appreciate you. And we'll be stopping the show today. And this is still your girl, Cecilia Howard. And thank you for joining me. And this is me saying hello all the way from Australia. It's already Monday morning here, but I have to
Wow.
keep the show going. So you can see that my voice is a little bit low because I didn't want to
Mm,
wake my people up here. And thank you for joining me today. And until next week, when I come your way, it's still your girl. I love you all. Have a blessed week. Have a blessed day. God bless you. And keep watching the show. Thank you so much. Bye for now. Thank you, everyone.
Bye. You're
Bye.
welcome.
Thank you. Yeah.